Evening guys, so back at Mad Ford Engineering tonight, and I've been off on holiday for a week and a bit, and while I've been away the guys have been really busy, so you'll have seen it in the video. So I am super excited to see what they've been up to and actually see it in the flesh, because obviously I had the video call with the guys, but I didn't really have, couldn't really get in like proper, you know, feel it and see it for real. So it looks so good, it looks awesome. So we've got engine in, we've got gearbox in, chassis all painted up, which wasn't done before I went. If you remember, I don't know if I put a video out, but I primed it just before I went away. So the guys have got that all completed, and then they've painted up some additional parts as well. So let's just spin you around and have a quick look. So we've got the battery box cover that goes in the cab. That's all painted up now in NATO green. So you can see that now matches the bulkhead. Got this beautiful black chassis now. When you think where we've come from, and now it's looking mint. Got the gearbox that Andy rebuilt, and then Mick has sprayed up for us and put in the oil code on there. Fuel tank in, we're waiting for the other fuel tank to come. Bulkhead that Liam refurbished, looking absolutely awesome. All seam sealed, so looking good. And then the sort of main event, I guess, is Bob's fully rebuilt engine now. Oh, look at it, it looks brilliant. And a nice coated duck egg there to set it off. And I love this as well, where Mick's put on here the preserved 28th of the 7th, 24. It was previously preserved in 1994. So yeah, amazing, absolutely incredible. Look at it, looks mint. Now, a few other little bits. Huge shout out to Major Chaos on Mick's Twitch, and one of our subscribers on the YouTube channel who has bought Bob a set of tyres. Cannot thank you enough, it's absolutely incredible. So they have now been delivered. Bob's new shoes, unbelievable. Absolute legend, Major, absolute legend. Goes a huge way to helping us out. So the guys have also sorted Bob's parts out now, so they're not all across everywhere, which I think Liam said. So we've got all the bits here still to go on now. The aim is still to get Bob done for Tanks, Trucks and Firepower, which is on the August bank holiday weekend. We are cutting it mighty tight, so work still to do then obviously is getting the bulkhead all built back up again, so you know, getting everything back on here that should be on here. We've got the pedal boxes, we've got the heater matrix, the blower motor, which I'm currently working on at home, and it's not going great. I have managed to find a new old stock motor, so the motor is actually seized on the one that was in Bob. It was trying to spin, but the spindle was seized, so the motor was just smoking. But I managed to get a new old stock motor. Whether it's the right kind or not to fit, I don't know. But I got it for a decent price. It was 50 quid, and it's the 24 volt, so they're quite hard to come by now. So hopefully that'll work out nicely. So we've got to finish fitting up all the bulkhead, get all that done, then just rig up everything that works. Problem is I'm not as technically minded as Liam, and I don't really know what I'm doing, so I rely on Mick being here to help me out. The other big job then is bodywork. So all the body panels, we've got a door around there, the tub which you saw us take off the donor vehicle, it all needs to be stripped. So whether we chemical strip that or mechanical strip, it's going to be a huge job. Either way, it's going to be messy. So I'm thinking while Liam's away, I'm going to try and hit that really hard and try and get pretty far ahead with that. Because like I say, this sort of stuff I'll rely on Mick being here, and I don't really want him to have to feel like he's donating loads of time just to help us crack on with the project, which I know he will do, but he's obviously got his own stuff to do as well. So we'll see how we go. Liam's off for the next 3 nights, so we normally do 2 nights a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays. So yeah, we'll see how far we can crack along. Right, so you've seen Bob looking really nice back there. Let's have a look at what he's looking like down here. So the job now we're going to do tonight is get all these parts stripped of anything that's on them. So all these nuts, bolts, screws, bits of tat, anything that's been bolted on, little gate clips and whatnot that Bob's collected over the years. So update, we have been stripping stuff. Andy is currently stripping the wings down, so getting all the trinkets off there, stripping out the weird concoction that they've put in for mud flaps. Yeah, all that weird stuff, cabling out. Got the headlamp bowls, all of that stuff's coming off so that they're good for stripping. I've taken off seat box stuff and been trying to bag it all to make sure that we don't lose any of those bits. Just need to take that little sign off there, so we can try and keep that. And then I'm getting ready to load up a load of parts in the car, because I've got, can do some of this stuff at home and just start stripping it back, cleaning it up and getting that done. So any little bits that we can get in the car, it's going to hopefully save us a bit of time. And down here then we started a little pile for sandblasting, so these can go off, get shot blasted. That should be nice and easy. The rest of the stuff then is just like what we've been doing tonight, really, is prep. Then we can start the good stuff, which is making a mess with the either mechanical paint stripping or using chemicals, which I think we're going to do a bit of both. Andy was saying about using mechanical for the big flat surfaces, then using the chemical stuff to get in all the nooks and crannies. So the tub's probably going to be really good for that, because you're going to have all those little areas that it's going to be difficult to get to. So that's what we've got to do tonight. It's only a quick one, so this will just be a couple of seconds for you, but it's going to be a few nights for us, and we'll catch you in a minute. Right, following on from the other night, we've got some of Screwfix's finest paint stripper, so we're going to give that a whirl on this surface here, see how that goes. But we've also got poly discs as well that we can just go on and do a bit of a mechanical strip instead. But this is a bit of a test, really, see how this goes. Mick had a look at it and I did as well. It doesn't look like there's too many layers on here, but we shall find out. I think you go on pretty liberal with this. I'm just dabbing it because I figured it'll put more on. If I brush it, it'll spread it out thinner, I'm assuming, but we'll see. This way, if it works, is a lot cleaner than doing the strip with the poly discs, because obviously we'll generate so much dust. Plan is, if we go poly strip route, is we'll do that outside in the tent you saw us use, which is Pinky's house, which you saw us doing some of the painting in there. So we can contain the dust in there. Whereas in Mick's workshop, we don't want to get everything filthy, because he's obviously got customers' cars in here. He's got his own gear in here as well. So it'll just make an absolute mess. Whereas we contain it in that tent, we can sweep it out, blow it out, and clear it pretty easily. So the PVA glue has been applied at 1942. So we'll give it an hour, slap on some more, and then hopefully it starts bubbling. We shall see. Right, gonna leave that stuff working. It's starting to bubble up the old green paint already, so that's good. It's a promising sign. Andy has arrived and is currently setting up the dust tent. It's gonna be a hot box of NATO green carcinogenic dust. So looking forward to it, yeah? You looking forward to it, Andy? So, Andy's rigging up the lights. We've got the wing in there already. We've got the bonnet to bring in. Let's just get cracking and see what we can get done tonight. Right, so that is how we're getting on mechanically stripping, and then I'll show you how the paint stripper's doing, because it's considerably slower. So what I've done is, the first coat went on, we're probably about an hour and 15 in, something like that. I've I've just scraped the surface of all the bits that was bubbling. I'm now going for application number 2, so you can see that it's kind of just giving it a tickle. You can see where I've scraped it. You can kind of see some of the bubbly bits that are left. I mean, there is a pot of, you know, considerable amount of paint in there, but it doesn't really look like it's done a lot. So in places it's taken off some of the NATO, but in general the NATO's holding strong, and even this top coat's doing pretty well fighting it. So that's what you kind of get just here. There we go, some just bubbling, but bubbles up, scrape it off, job done. But I think it's going to need quite a few coats, so I'm just going to recoat this now, and then we'll give it another hour. At that point I probably need to start packing up, and then yeah, we'll see how it's done. Right, that is the second coat done. I'm just off to make a donation now, so I'll see you in a bit.
Back to stripping, mechanically we go.
Well, that is the end of us tonight doing some stripping. So the paint stripper has had 2 goes at it now. It's not great. Needs some tough stuff. So if you can see down there, all the NATO green still pretty much intact, and most of the shitty green that was on it is still there as well. It's done something, but not definitely not kind of what Andy's achieved here on the bonnet, as you can see. And over on the wing we had a bit of a discovery. If you see as we go down there, can you see all that filler? So that outer edge of the wing is practically all filler until you get to the top there. So someone's had a good go at straightening that out, but I think Mick was saying to have a look at getting some plastic outer wing skins, so we can put those on there on both sides, keep this section, but then just replace the outer skin. And I think we're also gonna take stock and kind of really decide where we want to go, because we're racing along trying to get to tank trucks and firepower, and I don't think that's going to happen now. But it means that we can take our time a little bit, assess what we need, let the funds build up as well, because we've been absolutely caning it and trying to get it done. So that's how we're getting on with stripping. There's lots more to do because we've got the tub to go yet. There's lots of little parts as well that need doing. So we'll continue with that. We'll bring you along for the journey. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you are, please do drop a like. And if you wouldn't mind, consider subscribing, that'd be great. Down in the bottom, we've got links to our merchandise, Mick's Twitch. So he streams Tuesdays, Thursdays, most weeks when we're about, and then he does his own streams as well, doing reaction videos, airfix modelling, things like that. It's a really good stream, so drop in there and see what it's like. And if you need any DJI equipment, you know the score, links down below. So thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next video.